Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Therese Alaba. Firstly, I just want to say a big thank you to all my supporters who have supported me through this journey for me to reach over 1,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Please continue to share my video, like and leave a comment. It's very important as it helps other people as well to benefit from it. Today I'm going to be talking about being single. This topic is related to both someone who is physically single and someone who is married. When I talk about being single, someone might be asking, what does it mean being single? I'm going to share a bit of my experience, and I'm sure from that you will understand what I meant by being single. Being single is not just physically being single only, like not having a partner. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about you in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul, being single and being free. As we grow up, we get entangled into all sorts of things, into all sorts of relationship. And as we get into one relationship, it didn't work out. We get to another one, it didn't work out. Each relationship, it didn't work out. We're attached to that person in one way or the other. And sometimes what makes it worse when we attach the person is when there is sexual intercourse in a relationship before we break up with a person. Because as a woman, we're a receiver and men are giver. So when you have a sex with a man, they've deposited something in you. You are carrying a bit of that person, and that person has taken a bit of you with them. So if that relationship did not work, you still have that bit of that person with you. If you don't set yourself free and you're not completely healed, recovered before you go into another relationship, then the same thing happen. You have sex with that man, they deposited another thing in you. So you're now carrying two baggage from two different people. And maybe the relationship also didn't go out, or maybe you had a night stand with one person, they also deposited something in you. And it goes on and it goes on. So you're carrying a bit of everybody around you, and it burdens you so much. And sometimes we go around in life, in a relationship, those things do affect us if you don't set yourself free, if you don't break the chain, if you don't break that entanglement, if you don't break the attachment for every relationship or every person you've been with. If you don't break it, it will affect you in relationship or as you move along in future. And that's why we see so many marriages or so many relationships. It's very hard that they're not working. Why? Because we haven't recovered from the past. How do you know if you're single? Or how do you know you're free from the past relationship before you move on? One of the signs you should think of, if you look at the past, you look at your ex and you feel remorse about your ex or you feel bad about it, then you still haven't moved on. A few days ago, I met one of my ex. Like, if you've listened to my video before, you know that I didn't marry my first love. My first relationship, second relationship was not the person I married. So things happen and it didn't work out maybe because of parents or it didn't logistics of things and it didn't work out. I met one of my ex a couple of days ago, and to my sole surprise, this has been over 10 years ago. We talk normally, we chatted normally, we both moved on. He's married and married, we both moved on. I have so much respect for him. We talked for a while that at some point someone came into our conversation and wondered, what are you guys talking about? And he was telling the person, oh, do you remember Therese? And I said, oh my goodness, please don't say that to people anymore. And we laugh and joke about it. And even 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks, I was actually telling somebody else about him. So then I said, actually, you're not the only one saying this. 2, 3 weeks ago, I was actually telling somebody so person about you as well. And we laugh and joke about it. I didn't have no remorse. I don't have no regret. I didn't feel bad about anything. We moved on. In that way, I'm single. In my heart, in my spirit, I'm not carrying any baggage with me anymore. I also remember I was in a camp, and one of my ex also another one happened to be in that camp. And we flowed, we talked, we chat, we joke together. And somebody called me, someone was actually watching us from afar. Who knows us when we're in a relationship before the relationship break up. The person called me, and the person's like a spiritual authority, and said, Therese, you know what? I'm actually proud of you. I've been watching you. I was like, what's she talking about? She said, what, the way you relate to him, your ex, the way you relate to this guy, the way you flowed, it tells me that you haven't slept with him when you're in a relationship. I said, no, I didn't sleep with him. We didn't have no sexual intercourse. I said, well, I'm so proud of you. You know what? If you've slept with a person, it's not a big deal. We've all made mistake. No one is perfect. We've all had more mistakes. Some of the mistake or their sin might be from this sleeping with somebody, but all have our sin. And once you've realized it, God is able to forgive us if we ask for forgiveness, and then we move on from it. But try as much as possible when you're in a relationship, try not to have a sexual relationship with a person if they're not married to you. Because a woman, you're like an apple. You sleep with a man, it's like he's taking a bit of you. You sleep with another man, he's taking a bit of you. You sleep with another one, he take a bit of you. What does the apple look like? If you can imagine, what do you look like? So if you're single physically, try and be single down there. Don't say, oh, physically I'm single, but then you keep having different relationships, sexual, sex with different people, and you say you're single. Then you're not single. You have this engagement. I remember a friend of mine was telling me something. So, to realize that when she was having sex or when she's having sexual intercourse with her husband, she said, you still think about her ex. I said, you're not single. I said, you didn't get over this relationship before you went into another relationship, and that can be detrimental. Another sign to also watch out for is that when you're in a relationship with somebody and you're always comparing the person to your ex, oh, they didn't do this way, you might not say it's, but in your head you're thinking about it. Then you're not single yet, you're not ready for another relationship. You might even be married and you're comparing the person in your head to your ex as well. You're not single. You're headed for destruction. You need to be single. You need to be healed. You need to withdraw yourself at some point. Obviously, when you're married, you can't withdraw yourself. But in your heart, you need to go through that journey personally and try and get rid of those baggage and those excess and those things in your heart, in your mind, on those entanglements, on those engagements before you can move on. Or else it will be so detrimental to you. You need to be healed. You need to be whole. You need to be free. The Bible tells us in the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 1, he said, it is in freedom that Christ has set us free. He said, now move in the liberty God has given. Do not be entangled to your past anymore. So you might have been in different relationships, you might have engaged yourself in different things. Don't be entangled to it. Set yourself free. Look at yourself. Look through the mirrors. Tell yourself, you know what? I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. I'm a creation of God. Don't allow the devil to take your mind back. Don't allow the devil to tell you all the things you'll be engaged in. Don't allow the devil to draw you back to your past life. Don't allow the devil to tell you you've done this, you're useless, you're worthless, you're this. Tell the devil, no, that was my past. And that's why when you're driving, when you look at the rear mirror is very small and the front mirror is very big. So the reason why you're moving and you have a car, the rear mirror is very big, very small, and the front mirror is that your past should be that small. You should only look at it to avoid an accident and you rather focus on the big mirror, which is the future. If what happens when you're driving and you're looking at your rear mirror continuously, you're heading for an accident. So today I want to encourage you, let go of the past. No matter what, the engagement, the entanglement, whatever you've gotten yourself into, there's a bright future for you. You need to be single. You need to be whole. Your mind, your spirit, your soul need to be single, either in marriage or before you get into marriage. Before you get into a relationship, if you're single, try as much as possible to be single. Every relationship I've been in, if the one doesn't work out, one thing I've tried and make sure is that I'm completely healed. I've gotten over the person. We've gone to a place where I can confront the person. We can talk, we can chat, and I don't feel no pain in my heart anymore. Before I get into another one, that has helped me in my marriage because then I'm not comparing my husband to somebody else, my ex. I'm not comparing my husband, oh, I wish you did this. I wish that. I can't even see any relationship between him and my exes. Yeah, so I want to encourage you, try as much as possible and be single. And if you're struggling, maybe you've been in a different relationship, you're struggling to move on. If you want a copy of my book, I've written a book on how to move on for after a relationship. You can email me. So if you send me an email, I'll send you a free electronic copy of my book. Then you can read it and you can be free. So it is my prayer today that God will set you free from every entanglement, from every chain that is chaining you to the past, but anything that's held you bound, it is my prayer that the Lord will set you free. So this is all I have for today. Till next week, stay tuned. Please leave a comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Take care, and bye for now. Bye.